Breaking news. The Italian Prime Minister warned fake diplomats that fatigue existed on both sides of the Ukraine conflict. Russian pranksters posing as African diplomats were told by Italian Prime Minister Giorgia Meloni that there is a lot of fatigue over the conflict in Ukraine. Pranksters, Vova and Lexus, released a 13-minute recording in which Ms. Meloni said that Kyiv's counter-offensive didn't change the destiny of the conflict, and that Europe will need a way out soon. The Italian Prime Minister's office later admitted that she had been deceived during the call on September 18, a day before the United Nations General Assembly in New York. The audio posted on Wednesday by Vova and Lexus, real names Vladimir Kuznetsov and Alexei Stolyarov, was also verified as genuine. Ms. Meloni was quoted in an interview as saying, "Everybody understands that the war in the Ukraine really could last many years if we don't try to find some solutions." Speaking in English, she added, "I see that there is a lot of fatigue, I have to say the truth, from all the sides. Everyone will soon realize that we must find an exit strategy. Finding a solution that is fair to both parties without violating international law is the challenge. As the saying goes, I have some ideas about how to manage this situation, but I am waiting for the right moment to put on the table these ideas that I have got." Kuznetsov and Stolyarov are well-known Russians who have played practical jokes on many world leaders, including the Prime Minister of Canada in 2020, Justin Trudeau. They used the character of climate activist Greta Thunberg to prod Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau into reconsidering Canada's membership in NATO during a phone call. "Get out of NATO. Put down your guns. Gather blossoms." The phony Ms. Thunberg urged listeners to smile at nature. Mr. Trudeau replied, "I too dream of a world in which soldiers are not necessary, but alas, we do not yet live in that world." After the Russians asked Mr. Trudeau to introduce them to the cast of South Park, he abruptly cut off further conversation. Others who have been duped into sharing controversial opinions over the phone include Sir Elton John, Ben Wallace, and the Duke of Sussex. Without mentioning the Ms. Meloni audio clip, Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky said in his Wednesday night address that Europe was a continent of cooperation, not disagreements. "The only way our continent can protect and defend human lives in European countries and around the world is through cooperation and not confrontation, through the Europe of people and not ideologies," he said. "I know that Ukraine will help to make our Europe stronger than ever, and we are working hard to eliminate any barriers to our entry into the European Union. No matter what happens in the world, I have faith that our partners in the United States and around the world will remain united. Unity, not division. No more calls for separation, please." Mr. Zelensky's advisor, Mikhail Podolyak, made comments to X, previously Twitter, in which he claimed that reports of European fatigue and the resulting willingness to negotiate a ceasefire were absolute propaganda fiction promoted only by authoritarian regimes similar to the Russian one.